What is up, guys? Welcome to an edition of the Straight Edge Wrestling Podcast, March the 6th edition. We've got quite a lot to talk about this week. Some good, some very good, in fact. Some bad, some very bad, in fact. Let's get the bad out of the way first, and let's talk about Saudi Arabia and Super Showdown. So, I think, suffice to say, other than the Miz and Morrison's match.
Well, actually, I was quite like Seth and that. I like the both tag team title matches.
Other than that, I think it's safe to say that it was a clusterfuck. Just a mess. Start with the prestigious two-way trophy gauntlet. It turned into a ridiculous comedy thing with R-Truth and Bobby and Andrade and whatever, which I'm fine with, other than the fact that it was going to end with The Undertaker winning the thing.
Yeah, but did Undertaker get down in the right amount of time?
Yeah.
In that time limit before AJ was officially the winner.
There was so many issues with that. Like, firstly, Undertaker can just insert himself into the match. He can, apparently, it doesn't matter if the refs counted to 10 and was up to 6, I think, or maybe 8 when Taker's music hit, and he didn't get down in 2 seconds. And then the fact that he beat with a chokeslam, a bad-looking chokeslam, one which that AJ sort of fell out of, and then he didn't even bother taking his gear off, which, you know...
Why not? He doesn't plan on being around that long enough.
No, clearly. It's like he's not even getting... He's like, I'm getting paid $1 million to be here. I don't even have to take my freaking hat off. Amazing. I saw, like, a lot of people, like Dave Meltzer and people like that, complain that this killed them wanting to see AJ versus Taker. I don't think it killed them. We wanted to see AJ versus Taker, because I think they'll still have a good match.
To be honest, they've just been shitting on AJ recently anyway. So
yeah, exactly. The fact that AJ hasn't really done much makes me not really care for the match all too much. To
be honest, the match I actually probably want to see properly is him and Aleister Black properly.
AJ versus Aleister Black. Yeah. So that should be good this weekend at Elimination Chamber. It's a no DQ match, so you know it's going to be all filled with whatever, it's run-ins and all that, and it's probably going to end with an Undertaker appearance at the end, I'm going to assume.
Come on, Aleister.
Yeah, and
kick some teeth down some people's throat.
I'm going to assume it's going to be an AJ win, or an Aleister win with an Undertaker interference. So
and then kick Undertaker's teeth down his throat too.
No, I want a stable. Look, AEW is doing stables galore. WWE's got like none. I want a stable. I want an Undertaker stable.
They just broke all their stables up.
WWE. Yeah, but I want a stable, good old-fashioned stable. AEW's got about 50 of the fuckers. WWE needs one.
Therefore, they kind of had one major stable. And
AEW?
Yeah.
You kidding me? They're just getting stables. They're getting freaking Dark Order, Nightmare Family. There's so many of them coming. You got this new one.
Nightmare Family don't really count. They just all follow like Cody Rhodes around.
Yeah, we're going to get to AEW, but in a bit, and talk about. We got this. What's it called? Death Triangle. That's the newest stable there. But anyway, talking about Super Showdown, we move on to Brock and Ricochet, which was just a fucking point. It's a shame. It's a real shame, and it's not Brock's fault.
It could have been a friggin'
It could have been great.
Match.
Brock would have had an amazing match with Ricochet. We've seen it a million times. That Finn match was one of the best matches I've seen in a long time.
It's also the one match friggin' Brock Lesnar wanted.
Yeah,
it's still what Undertaker wants.
Yeah, still what Undertaker. It's so bizarre to me because it's like that Brock match with Finn. They had me believing Finn was winning at a couple of points.
But he should have done. Good. That was the problem.
They had that crowd ready to just fricking implode if he'd have won.
I couldn't care less. He should have won it.
If they'd have called an audible and said, you know what, Finn's going over, I'm sure Brock would have been fine with it, and that place would have blown
Brock
up.
would have been like, hey, I got to be here for 5 months, yes.
Yeah. He's like, he doesn't have to throw the belt at the old man in the back again. But
probably would have been like that. Give me that belt.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to lose to WrestleMania, bitch.
And then what else do we have at Super Showdown? We had Goldberg versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Now, I'll say this. People that are blaming Goldberg for this are fucking morons. Goldberg did what he was paid to do, and he did it well. He looked fine.
He didn't knock himself out.
So it's all a plus. Basically, the bar for Goldberg is, was he concussed at the end of the match? If the answer's no, well then it's a fucking win, as far as I'm concerned.
Didn't do the best jackhammer, but
it was a fucking hip toss That's what that was.
No, I could see it being a bit more of a suplex, but it was definitely a jackhammer.
It was.
But I don't actually think that was all his fault either, because you look at the Fiend, he never straightened himself up or anything ready for anything. Yeah. He just laid a floppy mess.
Also, Bray's a big guy. Goldberg's getting on a bit, you know. It's one of those things. Fiend. Yeah, I mean, so look, this match was the drizzling shit. Firstly, it should never have gone that. A few spears beating the Fiend, who's been made to be this unstoppable monster. It's just horseshit. They should never have booked the match. I think it's as simple as that. The match should never, ever, ever have existed. Because I've said this to you, and I fully believe Roman versus Goldberg is a good marquee match. I think that's a brilliant Spear versus Spearman. I think it's a great marquee match. It does not need the title. It's like Brock. Goldberg doesn't need a title. He's freaking Goldberg. You know, he doesn't need a title. Whatever match he's in, we're going to pay and fucking see it because they want to watch Goldberg. But what you may have done is just kill a character you've spent months and months and months building.
WWE have also got to let Goldberg use some of his movesets as well. The dude had like a solid good 8 movesets in WCW in the early part of his WWE career.
I mean, I don't think, I mean, they tried to let him do stuff with Taker, didn't they? Where he was doing the judo rolls and stuff. And
it's that one-handed chokeslam one.
Yeah, I think the problem being is like the Taker match was such a clusterfuck when he tried to do new things. They were like, no, spear and jackhammer. That's what you're doing.
But the problem was he almost knocked himself out before he even got to the ring.
Yeah, and then made it 10 times worse afterwards. Look, I don't blame Goldberg for this whatsoever. Goldberg is doing what he's supposed to do, and he's doing it well. And I'm perfectly fine with a 50-odd-year-old Goldberg coming in. I'm fine with it because he looks good still. It's not like Undertaker in some of his recent matches where it's like, oh Jesus Christ, he's not even able to move, you know.
Not until he had his hip surgery.
Yeah, I mean, like, he looked good with the tag team match and stuff, but like there's certain times where I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, I don't want to see him.
Take him out the back and shoot him.
Yeah, put him out of his misery, please. But Goldberg looks fine, but whatever. It's just, I don't know. I just don't know where they go with WrestleMania with this. I really don't.
I don't know where they're going with their 30-odd matches either at WrestleMania. Yeah. Let's be honest, you've got to have that also, which I think they've all forgot about so far. You got that man and female battle royal that's going to be added in. Yeah, so you have the Andre Giant Memorial Battle Royal and the Vagina Battle Royal, whatever the cervix Battle Royal thing. You're going to have a good 15, 16 matches on that card. And no rest.
And so you're looking once again. You're looking at friggin' 7 hours for a pay-per-view.
It's going to be longer. Because let's be honest, for New York they tried to cut it down and it didn't work.
Yeah, that's true. But if they're smart, they got so much backlash from New York. If they're smart, they're going to cut it down. Hell,
that's just starting with their lights.
Hell, it may not even happen. WWE are in talks about coronavirus as we speak. So, you know, and they've just cancelled the Miami Music Festival in 2 weeks, and in 4 weeks is WrestleMania in Miami. So, you know, but I say this: if there's one company on God's green earth that will not be cancelling an event due to coronavirus or fear of infecting fans, it's WWE. They ain't cancelling shit.
As long as their superstars are alright, Vince McMahon's probably wearing 5 masks.
Yeah, he's sat there masked up to the fucking gills at the back.
It's not in a fucking way, he's got the whole fucking suit.
Yeah, he's sitting in a hazmat suit. Oh, it's fine, guys, it's fine. Go through the curtain, guys, don't worry. It's all, I promise it's safe out there.
This is why he wants to get rid of the network so badly now, because he doesn't want to see the next WrestleMania and be shown with him in a hazmat suit.
God, yeah. So, we had AEW Revolution on Saturday, and I've got to say it's maybe probably my second favourite pay-per-view of theirs since Double or Nothing. So I was there for it, so I got to see the live thing and I got to see the recorded thing. But I'll say this about AEW crowds.
I've got a good job. Me.
I'll say this about AEW crowds. They are so freaking hyped. They're just so into everything. I think obviously the standout match being that freaking tag team match, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page versus the Young Bucks.
That's saying something because you don't normally like the Young Bucks matches.
Yeah, I think I like the Young Bucks as people. I've never got on board with their matches, mainly because it's like it always just seems they always have to be 40 minutes long and flips and no selling, just stand up. So Jim Cornette even put this match over this week. Jim Cornette, who hates Kenny Omega and hates the Young Bucks, he even put this match over this week. And he said, and him and Brian Last on that show said that the Bucks are like the Road Warriors in this match, you know, where they just keep getting up. They just keep getting up. And it's like, that's what the Road Warriors, that's what Animal and Hawk used to do. They just get knocked down, get back up again. like as if nothing hurts them. And it's like, oh, if you look at it like that, cool, that's fair. That's fair. Hangman Page though, the dude is just so over.
Yeah, he also does the is it the Fallen Angel?
The One-Winged Angel.
Yeah,
Done it better than fucking Kenny. Yeah.
I think he may have stolen his finisher now.
That was incredible. That I tweeted this out. I said the buckshot lariat is a thing of beauty. Not only the one that he hit at he hit at Revolution, but the one on Dynamite. Just God, he just so freaking over. Everything he did, people were popping huge for it. And like when he first got in the ring at Revolution, the whole arena's shouting "Cowboy shit, cowboy shit, cowboy shit," because everyone's just like. So Kenny got the biggest pop coming out, bar none, the biggest reaction of the evening, and then Hangman got the biggest like progressive pop because everyone was on his side because people started being like, "Hey Kenny, stop being a little bitch, let Hangman do his shit." Throughout the match, I loved it. I thought it was good. I think commentary were good for it as well. Which has sort of always been a bit of a downward turn for AEW.
Well, JR's just JR now. He's at the age where he just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
So.
I think one bonus was camera work was good for it.
Yeah.
Obviously, when I was there, I was wondering like how it was going to come across on TV. That's what I said to you afterwards. So I watched the TV version, and they did a few of those bits where they were like they cut to just random people in the crowd, which they need to stop doing. But I think as a whole, I think that it was really, really good.
Well, this year they've been doing a lot better for their camera work.
Yeah, they've been getting progressively better.
And I just got to work on their audio because Cody's band,
and the choir that was singing for Jericho.
They sounded naff on TV.
Yeah, so like live in person, I said that like both the band and the choir sounded okay. Like the band wasn't great. Well, it wasn't a great singer or whatever, but it didn't sound anywhere near as bad as what TV made him sound. And the choir just seemed very like dull on TV. Yeah. Like just seemed very ineffective.
If I'm honest, they sounded better on the Being the Elite.
Yeah, because it's like a closer camera with a fucking boom mic or whatever. Yeah, I think they need to work on their audio. I've been saying this literally since their first show that they haven't got two things for audio. They need like a microphone audio and a crowd audio. They can't just have one microphone which does everything because you just don't get a level to it. I think that sort of thing is an issue. Like when they're doing big entrances and stuff like that, so that's when you suddenly start realizing it's an issue. But whatever, it doesn't really detract for it. What did detract from Cody's match, however, was that big fucking tattoo on his neck.
And his wife.
And his wife just doing dumb shit throughout the match.
She lost the plot.
Yeah.
She wasn't trying to take people's hair.
She lost the plot when she didn't stop him going to an Atlanta, Georgia tattoo shop and get that fucking tattoo.
About it.
No, well, she knew about it beforehand. She just said, "Okay, honey, you do what you want to do." I bet she didn't expect him to come back with that fucking thing on his neck. My favourite thing was the fact that JR and Tony Schiavone were like burying the tattoo. They were mocking the tattoo on commentary. But no, that was a good match. MJF versus Cody, done exactly what it needed to do. The right person won.
Yep.
MJF had to go over. And he done it in a shitty way. Had the ring on, not KO'd him.
Yep.
I think it's perfect as how they done it.
Well, yeah, and Jeff had to win that match to go forwards to keep being. Cody doesn't need to win.
No.
We'd all love him to have to win because he's the face, and but
yeah, no, he doesn't need to win. And
Cody's around there to make stars, and that's why he did it with Darby Allin. So
yeah, exactly. He literally made me care about a guy, Darby Allin, who I'd never seen on TV before in one match, and I'm Darby Allin is my like man to watch.
And to be honest,
now.
with that match, they did it right. Cody didn't need to lose. Darby Allin didn't need to win. Darby Allin just needed to keep showing.
Darby Allin had to keep getting up.
You can't. I won't quit.
Yeah, exactly. And Cody knows his role very well there, and he's doing it very, very well.
So
that it's good.
Even though technically the history books don't always keep. They make up their mind, but they want to show whether he
Cody loses.
Whether Cody drew that match or not.
Yeah, I've noticed.
They keep changing that.
Yeah, every now and then his one draw disappears. And it's like, hello, we all saw you didn't get that fucking pin on Darby.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I agree. The MJF Cody story should be one which goes on for the next freaking 2 years. Just on and off. Gets broken up every now and then to do something else and whatever.
Until MJF becomes champion and Cody can't fight him.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting thing. So skipping ahead, obviously John Moxley becomes the heavyweight champion, and John Moxley has been like, if I don't get a match against Cody, a championship match with Cody, I'm not a real champion. So they were already like sowing those seeds.
Really?
Where John Moxley's like, hey, if I can't beat every top guy in this company, I'm not a real champion. So that means I've got to face Cody. Screw that stipulation. I've got to face Cody. So they're already sowing the seeds of like they're going to go back on that because they have to at some point. So it's like that's how they're going to go back on it with John Moxley or someone being like, no, screw that stipulation. I want the freaking match, which is fair enough. But because we know that stipulation is never going to last when the company was like 3 months old when they've done it, which is insane.
It could do if they finally bring another fucking championship title in.
Or I will say this: they are going to be bringing the second title. They've said it. I think their next title they're probably going to look at is a trios title, like Ring of Honor. I think that's what they're.
They need that second person working title match.
They do. They need that title because that needs to be Cody's title.
It's not even just Cody, but you can then have so.
That's what I'm saying. But that should be Cody's
title. There's so many people at the moment that are just lost in limbo.
I think that's one of their biggest things. When they first started, Cody was like, "We're only going to hire like 30 guys or whatever," and they just kept on hiring and hiring and hiring.
They had little choice because WWE was doing the same thing.
Yeah. So now it's like they bring a guy in on TV 1 week, and then you miss him for 3 weeks, and he comes back for a week, and then you miss him.
Where the fuck's Jimmy Havoc been?
Yeah, exactly, that sort of thing. Like people just disappear. Kip Sabian comes in for a week and then disappears, and when he's on, he's really quite over. People really quite like him, but then he disappears, comes back, and it's like, so you can never really get. It's like Rio and people like that. The women, you just never can get behind the women because they're never there.
The problem is though as well. You know that Chinese part of that wrestling company, the gymnastics.
Yeah.
That they were teamed up with that we're going to be using.
It disappeared off. Yeah.
That lasted long, didn't it?
Yeah. What was that? Oriental Championship Wrestling. Oriental Wrestling.
For about 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. That disappeared off. Well, the company doesn't exist anymore. That was it. Just disappeared.
Oh well, AEW already killed one company. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the main event of Revolution. So Jericho Moxley. I'll say this: I didn't think they were going to put the belt on Moxley yet. I thought they were going to keep it going a bit further.
Yeah, I got to admit I was a bit surprised by that one.
Yeah,
I think it's a good.
I think it's fine.
I liked it.
I think Moxley's over his shit. He's a known face. Like whatever it works.
But the problem is, I clocked on weeks ago about he's going to pull the eye patch off and say I can see.
Oh yeah.
That's
an old school wrestling.
I generally thought he was going to do it a lot earlier than the last 30 seconds of the match. But...
Yeah, that's an old school wrestling thing in it. Doing that, I think it was great. I mean, people were speculating that they took the title off of Jericho so that he could go on tour with Fozzy because Fozzy have got obviously tours coming up.
I thought he was going to go to an A&A meeting.
Yeah, and then
maybe rehab.
And then on AEW Dynamite this week, they started the show with Jericho saying, "If you beat me, I'll leave for 60 days." And I thought, he is leaving. He's going on tour with Fozzy, and then he won, so he's not going on tour with Fozzy yet. He is sticking around, so
he's just disappearing for 60 days anyway.
Yeah, just regardless. I don't really give a fuck about the stipulation. I'm disappearing anyway. So they didn't take the title off him because of his tour with Fozzy, despite the report by Dave Meltzer.
Dave Meltzer didn't get it wrong, did he?
Which tells me that they probably done that little stipulation thing probably as a bit of a fuck you to Meltzer because Meltzer was reporting
Not just because they like John Moxley, no?
No. I don't mean him winning the title. I mean the stipulation.
No, I want about that bit. But I want about when John Moxley won the title, not because people just generally like John Moxley.
Yeah. So Meltzer reported that they put it on him now rather than close to the summer because people would know that John Moxley's going to win close to the summer because Jericho's got to leave to go on tour. And I just know that they put that little thing on with a 60-day stipulation just to troll Dave Meltzer essentially. Because there's no other reason why they'd have put that 60-day stipulation thing on. It makes no sense. I love that. I think it's brilliant. Dynamite was really good this week. Really good. I mean, they didn't do a lot in-ring wise this week.
Nice drunken Hangman Page.
But they did so much with storylines. Hangman coming out and just fucking flipping the bird at Matt Jackson leaving was fantastic.
The thing is, I can't wait to see that one-on-one match between those two.
That's a main event match. That is a main event match. And that's why they need if they had a second freaking title, that could be a second freaking title match right there. Even though Hangman's going to be the heavyweight.
Even though it's to do with the tag team part at the moment.
Yeah, I know, but they're going to
split one and not one.
I hope they don't blow that Matt Jackson Hangman match on just an AEW Dynamite. I hope that's a pay-per-view blowout. Give him 30 minutes and let them peddle him shit at each other.
What is that before he does his turn on Kenny or after?
Right? Do you know what I kind of hope now is that he doesn't turn on Kenny and that they just keep on like teasing it.
I'm actually wanting to hope Kenny
The
goes
fans.
heel and turns
And
back
turns on Hangman. Like he's like
not turns on Hangman. I want
Oh,
him to
turns on
go
the
with
Bucks.
it. Turns on the Bucks. That'll make him go proper heel.
Yeah, I thought you meant turn on the Hangman, like him being like, hey, fuck you, I've been seeing you doing all this shit. You don't think I watched the show? Like, I see you doing this shit.
No, he just fucks off with Hangman.
Yeah, that'd be great. Hangman Omega, he'll.
I'm liking your thinking. I'm coming with you.
Yeah,
let's go have a drink. I don't drink. Let's have a drink.
They can go so many ways. I do love that when he left. Oh my god, when he left on Dynamite, he had all those freaking beers in his hand. He literally was going up to people in the audience. He had them in his mouth. And he had them up in his eyes.
I think it was the actual pay-per-view on where he tried to get a drink off some of the stuff and they took it away.
Yeah,
he had to go to somebody else.
Who would have thought that like a semi-functioning alcoholic cowboy gimmick would get over?
To be honest though, if he tried to take my alcohol, I'd probably slap him. Do you know how much I paid for this?
Well, it was like MJF at Revolution. MJF took a beer off of some woman and threw it over another fan. And I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, they spent I paid a fortune for a beer in Chicago. I know how much that shit cost me. And you could see her face like, I'm sorry, bitch, I just like, that's a week's wages that you just threw over someone. But no, I think the highlight for me for Dynamite was 100% Jake the Snake Roberts coming out.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see it coming. It hadn't been reported.
It's also, I just like Cody sold it so well with just his face. Like, what the fuck just happened? What's going on?
The promo from Jake was just so golden. There was a few lines in it. One where he said, I'm not here in AEW for the whole pie, just your slice. Oh, I love that. And then a wise man once told me not to turn your back on someone you hate, someone you respect, or someone you fear. And he just turns his back on him and walks away. And it was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
It's just Cody's face on it so well as well. What the fuck just happened?
Oh my god, it's like
what's going on?
The fact that WWE haven't ever bought Jake, but I know Jake's had demons or whatever, blah, blah, blah. He's sober now, he's clean now.
DDP fix that problem.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, but Jake is just such a freaking master. He's like, he was an agent during the 90s, during Austin's rise. He was an agent, backstage agent, putting together promos and stuff for people. The dude knows so well. Like, he's such a master at this shit. And I'm so happy that AEW have gone. Who he's managing, we don't know. Lance Archer, Brody Lee, Matt Hardy, we don't know. It could be any of them. We're kind of assuming Matt Hardy's coming in as the Exalted One. We don't know that. But
it could be Raven.
Kind of assuming that. It could be Raven, yeah. It could be Brody Lee that becomes.
Oh no, it's going to be more Matt Hardy one actually as Exalted One because last week's one the one with the mask said said something. It's Matt Hardy saying as broken Matt Hardy. Yeah, it was a saying that he left scraps from the cross in Matt Hardy's latest Free to Delete video as well. But there's a lot of interest that's coming into AEW now, like a lot more than they've recently had. So I think this episode of AEW was like good for establishing stories for the future. They've got so much they can go. You know what I find hilarious though? It's suddenly like AJ, Finn Balor, and Luke and Anderson come over just to form the Bullet Club style thing there and just have Bullet be fucking the Elite, or what's left of the Elite. Yeah.
Well, Gallows and Anderson have just signed 5-year deals with WWE. Which is crazy to me. Crazy to do. Obviously, AJ
wanted that extra swimming pool.
Yeah, AJ's obviously said that he's retiring in WWE. He said this is where he retires.
They sold out,
which is a shame. Finn is sort of happy where he is. It's a shame. Finn could do really well in AEW, but whatever. If he likes it there, whatever. You got a few guys that are going to be leaving WWE soon.
I missed the Demon.
And you've got a few guys that are going to be leaving WWE soon. Revival are going to be jumping over to AEW.
Who cares?
For anyone that cares. There's a lot of contracts that are coming up very soon. Rusev was pulled from Saudi Arabia because he's in contract disputes at the moment. So he's probably going to be leaving soon, whether he goes to...
Leaving his wife behind her.
Yeah. Whether he goes to AEW is another thing. I actually think he probably will. He could do quite well in AEW, actually, as a bigger dude.
Yeah, but the problem is, though, right now, AEW's now got to be careful on how many people they take.
Because then they become TNA. Like, they become that...
It's not even they can become TNA. They'll become WWE. Yeah. But they have too many wrestlers.
Yeah, and they're already sort of treading that line now about having too many wrestlers. But I think all in all, this has been a good week in wrestling. We've got SmackDown tonight, so we've got something with the Firefly Funhouse. We've got the NWO on Alexa Bliss's chat show for some reason. That's obviously because the Hall of Fame's coming up. JBL was officially announced yesterday as being in the Hall of Fame. Fucking yippee.
That could be interesting when he starts doing his speech.
The biggest arsehole in professional wrestling gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. Whatever. It is what it is. It was inevitable he was going to go in someday, but yeah. Well, I think that's about it for this week. There's been a lot that's happened, but we've covered the major shows. We've got Elimination Chamber this Sunday. We don't know anything really that's on the card because they keep on freaking changing it. And they've got this weird thing now about not announcing the card until 24 hours before because they think that that's the way in which they get subscribers to the network. Is if you announce them.
They don't care about the network anymore.
That too. Well, that's another thing is that the deal is going to probably be with ESPN Plus. That is probably going to be announced soon. If it's not announced by WrestleMania, the assumption is that it's probably not happening.
Disney Plus.
Well, that's it. ESPN Plus is Disney Plus, so that's it.
But I don't get that part.
No, not in the UK. So here it'll be going on BT Sports if it goes that way.
But BT Sports rips you off.
So does WWE. There we go.
But I've paid and subscribed for a year now for Disney Plus for no reason.
For no reason. Yeah, I was just subscribing to it for ESPN, honest, for WWE, not for the incredible back catalogue of Disney.
To be honest, I didn't even care about WWE.
I couldn't give two fucks about WWE with Disney Plus. I can't wait for it to debut.
I'll wait to see when the investors kick Vince out, see how it goes.
Yeah, wait for that Q1 conference call.
Come on, Shane.
If they don't get that deal with ESPN or a major distributor, all heads are gonna roll. I can't wait.
Come on, Shane.
Anyway, that's all we have time for this week. Head over to Twitter and follow us at SEW_podcast. We'll be live tweeting Elimination Chamber, and I will be. And head on over to Twitter, head on over to Facebook, Instagram. Like and subscribe here, and we'll see you next time. We're out.